Okay, so for Dorothy's song, the chords we're doing are D. So here's a D on the 6th string, 10th fret. Here's our little bass of the chord. Hit extension, or extension, or get a D here on the 5th string. So there's the bass of the chord, get our bar, add a middle finger, here's pinky rings, and then extension, and extension. Cool. So you have all this D. That goes back over to D on the 5th string. Go on extension. Okay. Now there's a B minor. So B is here on the 6th string. So there's our bass of the chord, there's our scale, extension, extension, or B here on the 5th string. Bass of the chord, add middle finger because we're on the 5th string, 2 pinkies, 2 rings, extension, and extension. That gives us everything. We go back all the way up here. That's a B minor. And then E minor, we can get here as an E on the 5th string. Bass of the chord, add your middle finger, 2 pinkies, 2 rings, extension, extension. Or E here is open. So you play your E minor, and then 2 pinkies, 2 rings, extension. And that's all we got. Or you can get up here on the 6th string. Here's the bass of the chord, 2 pinkies, 2 rings, extension, back to the scale. And then the last one is an A chord. So there's an A here, get the bass of the chord, bar, 2 pinkies, 2 rings, with the extension, and extension. And then there's another A here on the 5th string, always either 6th string or 5th string. There's an A here. So bar, here's the bass of the chord, bar, and you got 2 pinkies, 2 rings. I have my middle finger because my root note was on the 5th string. Extension. Extension. Cool. I could go up here again too if I wanted. So chords were D, B minor, E minor, and A. So here's my D. Here's my B. Here's my E minor. Down here. D. Then B minor. E minor. A. Put them together. Now that was all in the key of D major, so I can also play a D major scale over that whole thing. So those chords I just did. Here's my D. 1, 2, 3. That whole thing was chords. I'm just moving around on chords. Now I'm going to switch to lead sound. Hopefully this volume stays intact. And this whole thing is in the key of D major. So I'm going to play this scale. It's all in D. Here's another D. Stay on the scale and you do bends. Rolls. chords using pentatonic chord scales for every chord. And over that, I just stayed in the key and solo. Okay? And that gives you everything you heard there. There's a lot of motion with the chords. There's also, just a lot of really straightforward soloing just on the pentatonic scales, both on the 6th string and on the 5th string for every one of those things.
Okay.
Cool. So that's the first one. Let me go ahead and put just the other chord progression we did. So this one a little more slowly. So we had an A minor. Remember, the chords we did were in the key of C. We had an A minor, 6, and then a 4. That was an F. C is a 1, and then G's are 5. So F, 1. So normally you might do something to make that more interesting. You might go down, maybe pull it out, C, G, just playing all those as open chords, A minor, or maybe an A minor here, and C here, and a G, or a G here. But you still just kind of hammer on chords.
Okay.
So take that A minor. Here's our A. You play the bass of the chord. You bar on the 4th string is what we're doing right now. We're kind of going up the scale, strumming the chord while we did. So it's a strumming. It's not like a solo. It's more. And then you go up to the extension. Again, just getting those 2 strings. Or down here. Cool. Or we go up to the A minor here. 5th string. Because we're on the 5th string, add the middle finger, get the bass of the chord. 2 pinkies, 2 rings. The extension up on top. And see, I'm strumming more now. I'm not playing a solo so much. I'm hitting notes together in that little bit. Getting the bass of the chord, switching that 4-string bar, and doing the scale, and then getting the extension, going back to the bar, and then getting the bass of the chord. Cool. Now the F, you can get an F here. Can't go to the left of that, so our next F is here on the 5th string. Bass of the chord, do the bar, add your middle finger because your bass is on the 5th string. A couple pinkies, couple rings, extension, and then down here, and then with the bass of the chord. Or do it on the 6th string, bass of the chord, put your bar down, 2 pinkies, 2 rings, no middle finger because we're getting the bass on the 6th string. Extension. And then, cool. And then what we have a C. So here's a C. Alright, bass of the chord, get the bar, again, no middle finger because we have the bass on the 6th string, a little extension there, a little extension here. Cool. Or I can get a C here, right? That puts my bar on the open string. But still think of it the same extension there. And then I get the bass of the chord like that, which is the C chord, right? And then C all the way up here too. Bass of the chord, bar. Cool. And so I have all the C. And then G. So G, I could get a G all the way down here, right? Bass of the chord, which is an open chord, right? G, and I do my 2 pinkies, 2 rings, get the extension. Or I get my G here on the 5th string, get the bass of the chord, bar, middle finger because I had the bass on the 5th string, 2 pinkies, 2 rings, get the extension. Or go down here, get the extension there. Or I can go all the way up to the 6th string again. It's always just 6th string, 5th string, 6th string. You got 3 places always. You're always going to have your first chord down here somewhere, your next chord up here somewhere, and then an octave version. Okay, so G. There's my bass of the chord, 2 pinkies, 2 rings, extension. And see, I'm strumming, right? I'm not doing it. I'm doing this. I'm just kind of making the chord by playing a couple of those notes, and I end up with the chord. Cool? Okay, so here's that all together. Let's get a little jam. Yeah. Ugly, but you get ran out of time, but now I can play over that. I'm just playing the scale. 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's good.